June 30th. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we are here. I know we've been waiting on June 30th. Yay. I'm so happy. I'm excited to see y'all finishing or starting. You know, sometimes you're in one place and sometimes you're in the other. And so I just want to challenge y'all to the most important thing is just keep going, keep moving. Tracy, how was your appointment with Anita yesterday?
$500 appointment.
$500. Holy moly. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was just a little over $500.
I'm so glad you came to my pool. How exciting.
Me too. Me too. Thank you for that.
Yes,
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was
awesome.
just a great day and finished up with a great night.
Yay. That's so awesome. All right, y'all. Well, we are going to watch some finisher stories right here real quick. Because I want you to just be in the mindset of you have got to be finishing something. Y'all, even if you are at a place where you're like, nah, I'm not finishing what I want to, then you make a plan today of what you're going to do. Am I going to sell mascaras today? It's just that championship mindset muscle that you have to learn. So if you're not finishing some big seminar goal, what goal can you set that you can finish today? Can you get 10 parties on your books and not let up until you do? That disciplined mindset to finish something daily is what's going to lead to your June 30th next year looking completely different. Okay, I'm excited to share this with y'all today. Oh boy, what is this doing? Hold on, let me make sure that I'm actually streaming, and I am. Okay, here we go, ladies.
Hey friends, hope you're having a great day and happy finish to the month. It is going to be powerful and it is so important to finish strong. Not only is finishing strong going to help propel you for just bigger customer bases, bigger teams, all the things, but also it's going to propel you into the next seminar year. And so if you don't know me, my name is Stephanie Benz, and my finishing story today is taking you back to 2021 when my team was wrapping up our first $1 million year. And my dad actually had foot surgery, and so he stayed at our house pretty much the whole month of June, and I was taking care of him, which is such a blessing that I get to do that, right, when we have flexible careers, but also it's June, and that wasn't on the to-do list. So anyway, it was a couple days before the last day of the month, before the end of June, and we're wrapping up our first million, and my dad was like, hey Steph, I'll buy some Mary Kay from you. And I was like, okay Dad, you can, but you don't have to. And I was like, just wait, because like I'll call you if I need you, but I don't think that we're going to need you because we're going to be finishing this, and we're going to be finishing this early and with ease. And that is exactly what happened. We actually finished our first million on June 29th early, and then that next day we went over by $11,000, our $1 million year. And I say that to you guys because I just prayed this prayer, and I still pray this prayer, but God, please open the floodgates for new consultants, open the floodgates for bookings, open the floodgates for women moving up the career path that want a leadership position. God, open the floodgates. And so what do you want God to open the floodgates on these next few weeks in your career in June, but then also in July and the new seminar year as well? Just pray that God opens the floodgates with abundance and that you finish with more than enough and early and with ease. So praying for your big finish. And how are you going to celebrate? Who are you going to call when it's done? Who are those people that you're going to surround yourself with, and you're going to say, it's done, we did it. It is going to feel so good. So love you big. Talk to you soon.
Hey friends, $1 Million Sales Director Lindsay Creamer here, and I'm so excited for 8 days to the finish, y'all. We have a week left, and in Mary Kay, that's like an eternity. I mean, I think about God made the whole world in 6 days and rested on the seventh. We've got 8. We're in good company. Let's do this, friends. And so I wanted to share a really fun finishing story with you. It was our first $1 million year. I remember we finished $500,000 in sales at the end of February. You know, if you're going to do $1 million by June 30th, you should probably try to be at $500,000 by like December. So I remember telling someone at corporate that we were going to finish $1 million that year. And I remember them just kind of being like, okay, like, you've got this. But I could tell they didn't really believe. And I was like, oh, watch us. And so our team rallied that year, and we didn't just finish $1 million. We finished $1 million by June 15th. And we were like, well, hot dog, we finished it early. And so we went ahead and we went on to finish 1.1 million, meaning we did an additional $100,000 from June 16th through June 30th. And so what I love is that when you achieve goals that don't make sense on paper, God gets all the glory. And what I also love is, you know, he can move mountains, right? Like literally, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can tell a mountain to move from here to there and it will move, right? But don't be surprised when he throws you a shovel. And so what I love in this time with 8 days left, we're shoveling, friends. We are shoveling and we are giving him efforts to bless. We are working like it all depends on us and praying like it all depends on him. And so when you just believe that you can, and when you believe that he will do it, because he can do exceedingly abundantly more than all you could ask for, think, or imagine, miracles happen, friends. Remember, together everyone achieves more. That's what team means, and I am cheering you on, team. We got this.
Hey everybody, Lauren Bloomer here. I wanted to share about my DIQ story as a finished story today. So I had just been in the company for 5 short months. I had gone to seminar, I came home, and I knew that I was called to be a sales director. And so, oh man, I remember this like it was yesterday. I made the decision about the 17th of the month, and I told my director, I'm committed. I'm doing it. I had to face fear. I realized that, you know, that was the only thing that was holding me back. And then I went to work. So I made my list and I just went down and I called and I called and I called and I called. And you guys, this was the last day of the month. And I had been working diligently. I had made the decision. I had done all the things that they told me to do. And on the last day of the month, you guys, at the time we needed 10 to submit, I still needed 7 more. And I was committed because I had told her, I had given her my word. My word is my bond. And when I commit, I do not quit. And so I just kept going and I kept calling and I kept asking. And I'm so glad that I did. My voice was different that day, right? Because I had a goal with a deadline, and a goal with a deadline changes lives. And so women did say yes to me that day. Their lives were changed. You know, number 10 was my mom. Of course, I called my mom and I just said, okay, get out your credit card. You're number 10. You're going to help. And she's still in the business with me today. And it has changed her life and the women's lives that she's brought into this business. So just don't quit. I know that, you know, sometimes it looks like, oh my gosh, it looks daunting. It looks like this big mountain that you just can't get over. But I will tell you, do not quit. Keep going. Keep asking. Who you become in the process, that finished muscle that you build will stay with you, will make you stronger, and it makes a difference, and it rolls into every area of our life. You know, when we change, when we get stronger, it impacts everything and everyone around us. So I would say to you, finish strong, don't quit. We run to that finish line. We keep asking, we keep doing the things we ought to do when we ought to do them, and we allow God to show up. This is when the miracles happen. We're in the miracle zone, ladies. So don't give up. You can do it. Let's finish strong. Bye-bye.
Oh, I have a scripture to start us off as we're finishing the finale of the month of June. Y'all, this is where champions are made. This is where the big things happen. It's Mark 9:23. All things are possible to him who believes. And I believe that. I agree with that. And I pray that you do too, y'all. And I don't know if you're super close to your goal or you're far away, but if you believe, there's something special and different that happens when you do. I remember back to our very first pink Cadillac that we ever earned. Y'all, we were not a pink Cadillac producing unit by any means. We were lucky to do pink Cadillac production like twice within our entire history of being a unit. And I think that was about 6 years in. And don't you know, I wanted that pink Cadillac so bad because I had a goal and I had a deadline. And I pray that you have a goal and you have a deadline. And most likely it is June 30th. And so I remember being so nervous of if it was going to happen, but I knew I had put in the work. And I do truly believe that with God, all things are possible. And so we went to work to make this happen. And in the final month of the entire qualification period, we needed 22,000 wholesale. And to me back then, I mean, 22,000 wholesale is probably what was happening in 2 months for a unit. And we needed to make it happen in one single day. Don't you know, the work had been laid out. We had done everything that we could to be a pink Cadillac unit. And we worked to the finish to make it happen. I'll never forget, it was the June 30th where the power went out everywhere. The Midwest was shut down because of windstorms. Banks are closed. Crazy things are happening. And yet our girls became problem solvers and find a way, make a way people. You know, God's going to put the perfect people in your path, whether it be customers, whether it be new team members, whatever it is that goes to help you towards your goal, he absolutely will. I remember a woman hooking up a generator to her house. She lived in the middle of nowhere, had dial-up internet. She called me, she was braiding, oh my goodness, a tree is blocking our driveway because of that huge windstorm. But I was going to place a huge order and I'm just not sure if it can happen now. I said, don't worry about it. Oh my goodness, I just want you to be safe. Obviously, she calls me later on her dial-up internet. She's dialing in. I can hear it happening. And she says, Brittany, my dad drove over with his tractor, with the generator on his tractor so that we could dial up to our dial-in internet and place a Sapphire Star order to finish this thing. And I was incredibly grateful. People will show up for you in such huge numbers when you keep believing, because all things are possible to she who believes. I remember that same exact qualification period sitting in my bedroom. And I actually was laying down. I'm like, Lord, this is when we didn't really have Facebook. We had nothing. And I was praying and I was looking at the ceiling, staring at 3 a.m. like, oh, I wish I could message someone right now. And God put in my heart the fact that a mascara-thon sale could be an amazing thing. I broke down my number, and my number was that 22,000 number. And I did figure out that if every single one of my customers purchased a mascara, just a single mascara from me, we would hit our goal. And so, don't you know, I reached out to everyone. I told our team members to do the exact same thing. And I think I sold over $5,000 worth of mascara and other products, of course. And we hit our goal. We finished our very first pink Cadillac and made it happen, y'all. I say this because if I can, you can too. And God's going to give you the exact words you need to share and the exact feeling, exactly what it is you need to push towards. Y'all, if you don't have a goal, get one and link onto your sales director's goal because she has a huge one. Okay, I'm cheering for you. I love you so big.
Oh my goodness. All right. Are y'all inspired? I love some good finish strong stories. And I know some of you are finishing some big stuff today. We are cheering you on. I love you, Big. I know y'all got roads to run and calls to make and all the things. I was promising not to keep you on today and give you a training. I almost was going to give you the championship mindset training. I'm like, nope, I'll save that for next week. But I just wanted y'all to be inspired by the finish and inspired that a goal with a deadline changes lives. And don't forget that. The person that you need to recruit on the last minute of the last hour because you're still pushing is the one that's been praying hardest for this opportunity. Y'all go today before you start your day and read Maybe She Needs Me and just be willing to keep asking and be willing to keep asking and be willing to keep asking. If God put somebody on your heart today, you have got to just pick up the phone and call. Don't be afraid to make some live phone calls today, not just text, send a voice message, whatever you have to do, because your voice has power and vibration, and your voice is what changes the world. Sometimes not just our text message. So sometimes people need to hear our words. And so pick up the phone, call through your unit. How many orders are you away from your whole entire unit? If everybody in your unit would do a 200 wholesale, every person, all the T's, all the I's, all the A's, all the N's, if everybody did another 200, would you be closer? So just look at the small, a lot of people doing a little bit. What can happen? Call your customer, have your office call your customers. Hey, do you have, could you sell 10 mascaras for me today to get mascara for a year? Would you be willing to sell 10 mascaras for me? And you'll be supplied for the whole year. They get a mascara free every quarter this year. Whatever it takes, y'all just pray and then move, and then pray and then move, and then pray and then move. I love you, Big. Happy June 30th. I can't wait to see y'all July 2nd at the pool to launch our brand new year. We have some amazing, incredible things coming your way, and I'm excited about next year. But today, we're focused on today and dialing it in and finishing strong. I love you, Big. I hope y'all have a powerful and amazing day. I'll post these finishing stories in case you want to share it with your unit. I love y'all. Have a great finish.